Years are a great time for your child to gain practical experience in managing finances. Perhaps he or she already has a summer job lined up. A free checking account at Dairy State Bank can help teens learn to set a budget, track spending, use a debit card, make deposits, and more. Plus, parents are account co-owners and have the ability to supervise the learning process. Give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Smiling is how you share joy and happiness with the world. So when our children needed orthodontic treatment, we wanted them to have the best experience possible, which is why we chose Crystal Orthodontics. The personalized braces and Invisalign treatments fit easily into our active schedules, and the care we received was outstanding and even fun. Their new smiles are amazing, and Crystal Orthodontics definitely earned our trust. There's nothing better than seeing our kids share beaming, confident smiles in all of life's moments.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
TMS Tire and Auto is a proud sponsor of the Menomonie Mustangs. Family owned since 1978, TMS Tire and Auto has 5 locations in Baldwin, Boyceville, Hudson, New Richmond, and Menomonie, and can serve all your automotive needs. Visit us online at tmstireandauto.com or call us at 715-235-9119 to schedule your appointment today. Go Mustangs!
Red Cedar Automotive is your home for car shopping on a budget. With a wide selection, they're bound to have what you need. From work trucks to family cars, they truly have it all. They'll get you in your dream car faster with easy in-house financing. These deals won't last forever, so visit them at 1221 North Broadway Street in Menomonie or check them out at redcedarautomotive.com.
Hello, basketball fans, and welcome into Menomonie High School for this Big Rivers Conference high school basketball matchup between the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes and your Menomonie Mustangs. Alongside my color man, Eric Zadowski, I'm Joe Zadowski, and we'll be bringing you tonight's live stream broadcast of Menomonie basketball on Mustangs TV. Tonight is the final regular season game for both these teams, the final tune-up that these teams will get before the WIAA tournament. The Menomonie Mustangs will open tournament play at home a week from Friday as the number 4 seed in the Division II bracket, while the Old Abes will be a number 3 seed in Division I. The Mustangs have put together a very good second half of the season, winning 9 of their last 13 games and boosting their overall record to 13-10, 6-7 in the BRC. After an injury to starting guard Brady Johnson in Saturday's non-conference victory at St. Croix Central, the Mustangs lost a tight one to number 1 seeded Onalaska on Monday by the score of 68-63. With Menomonie and Onalaska lined up in different sections of the Division II bracket, they will not face each other again until the sectional finals on March 15th. Eau Claire Memorial has been one of the highest-ranked teams in the state all season long, and they have already clinched the conference championship with a perfect 13-0 BRC record coming into tonight's game. The Old Abe's are 18-4 overall, with all 4 losses coming against some top contenders across Wisconsin and Minnesota. When these two teams last played on January 17th, the Old Abe's bested the Mustangs by a final score of 70-47. Coming up on our pregame show, sponsored by TMS Tire and Auto and Christo Orthodontics, we'll talk with the head coach of the Mustangs, Greg Van Grunsven, go over the starting lineups, keys to the game, and we'll get ready for the tip-off right here from Menomonie High School. We'll be back with Coach Van Grunsven after a word from our sponsors. You're watching Mustangs TV.
TMS Tire and Auto is a proud sponsor of the Menomonie Mustangs. Family owned since 1978, TMS Tire and Auto has 5 locations in Baldwin, Boyceville, Hudson, New Richmond, and Menomonie, and can serve all your automotive needs. Visit us online at tmstireandauto.com or call us at 715-235-9119 to schedule your appointment today. Go Mustangs!
Now joining us in the
Welcome back to our TMS.
Now joining us in the pregame show is Coach Greg Van Grunsven. Coach, I know it's been a busy week.
Yeah, it has been. It's a sprint to the finish line. Last week was a busy week with 3 games. Loved that our kids had some success, and a busy week this week wrapping up the regular season.
Now you guys have had a really nice run here in the second half. I think 9-4 over the second half of the season. But you look at some of the latest competition, play on Alaska on Monday, a number 1 seed in Division II. Now in comes Eau Claire Memorial, conference champions, one of the better teams in Division I. Can playing this real good competition at the end of the season maybe set you guys up for the tournament? Yeah,
I'd like to think so. You don't want to play. You just want to see how strong you are this time of the year, and perhaps maybe some of our weaknesses or our challenge areas would be exposed that we can, further work on those in practice. But it's a great time of the year. It's an exciting time of the year, and to play quality teams like we have this last week of the season only can help.
I know you have a couple guys banged up here as the season gets to a close. You have this game tonight, and then you don't play again until next Friday against Medford in the first round of the tournament. When you look at the health of the team, do you consider that when you think about tonight's game?
Yeah, a little bit, but you don't want to overthink things. High school kids only get so many games, so many opportunities to compete. So you don't want to take anything away or look too far ahead, because you just never know what's going to occur from game to game, day to day. So we're going to go full speed ahead, try and win the game, and play as competitively as we can, as we usually do.
As good as the Big Rivers Conference is this year, and it is good really almost from top to bottom, Eau Claire Memorial has set themselves apart. Undefeated in the conference. You guys played them real tough in the first half over there about a month ago, kind of slipped away there in the second half. What makes this team so tough?
Defensively, they're really strong. They're almost an old school type basketball team where, 30 years ago, everybody was playing the same way, where they just got up in the passing lanes and denied passes in the passing lane. Not many teams play that way anymore. So that's the one thing. They're really versatile. They switch a lot of things. Their quickness, certainly they're skilled on the offensive end, but just the manner in which they play defense right now in 2025 is really very unique.
So with, 4 games in 8 days or something like that, I'm sure you haven't had any time to reflect. But this is the last game of the regular season, and I'm sure there'll be time for reflection once the tournament's over. But just kind of off the cuff, what are some of your impressions here? First year at Menomonie, through the regular season, how's it been?
Yeah, first of all, I really enjoy the community. Parents are very supportive. They've been very supportive of me. They've stayed away and just let me do my job, and the conversations I've had with people have been very, very pleasant. So that's my initial impression. The kids are high school kids. They want to compete. They want to play basketball. So overall, not basketball involved. It's been very, very pleasant. Basketball, we've won. We're going to have a winning record. And, for whatever reason, that hasn't occurred here for a few years. So we've had a winning record. We feel like we've only scratched the surface, and we can go a little further. There's a few games during the regular season that we're kicking ourselves that maybe we don't get, but then at the same time, we've won a couple close games as well. So, this story is not fully completed yet for this team, and hopefully we can continue to play a few weeks into the postseason.
And definitely not to get ahead of ourselves, but boy, when I look at those brackets that came out Sunday and I see, Medford coming to Menomonie, you guys just beat them by about 40. I know that every game is different, and you can't assume that's going to necessarily happen again. But Medford comes here, you can handle that. then the number 1 seed Wausau East. Out of the whole Division II bracket, when I see Wausau East, they're a good team, but I think they're beatable. I see a definite path for this Mustangs team if they play well.
Yeah, it's the fun part of the year. The fun part of this, you just don't know. You don't know that. You don't know the same Medford team shows up. That game got away from them. They're on the road, a couple hours away from home on a Tuesday, cold Tuesday night. That's difficult for high school kids. So, and we're dinged up. Who were able to play in that game? A lot of those things, are yet to be decided. And certainly moving into that Saturday night, I've had a chance to watch Wausau East. Merrill is a quality team, so they'd have to get by Merrill. So that's kind of a fun thing is you try to predict a little bit, but at the same time, you still got to play the games.
That's why they call it March Madness, right, Coach?
Exactly.
All right. Well, Coach, thanks so much for joining us tonight and throughout the entire season. We really appreciate it. It's been fun to watch, and look forward to watching this one tonight. Good luck to the Mustangs.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
All right, that's been head coach Greg Van Grunsven on the pregame show, sponsored by TMS Tire and Auto and Crystal Orthodontics. We'll be back in just a minute with the starting lineups, keys to the game, and the tip-off right here from Menomonie High School. You're watching Mustangs TV.
At Crystal Orthodontics, we treat every patient like family, so you can expect to receive the highest quality, personalized orthodontic care in a really fun and welcoming environment. We want you to love your smile and feel happy and confident when smiling at school, work, with friends, with family, wherever you are in life. So I invite you to come visit us for a complimentary orthodontic evaluation so you can experience the care and culture that makes us the Chippewa Valley's orthodontic leader.
All right, a nice rendition there from Ralph Haas. Mr. Haas, a middle school English teacher at Menomonie Middle School, also in charge of the public address system tonight. And at this point, we'll bring in our color man, Eric Zadowski, fresh off the final JV game of the season. And Eric, what do we got for starting lineups here tonight?
All right, for Eau Claire Memorial, starting senior, number 2, Julius Clark, who is standing at 6 foot. Senior, number 3, Brady Hedke, standing at 6'2". Cooper Jesperson, who's a senior, standing at 6'4" and is number 4. Number 5, Tay Ferguson, who's standing at 6'4". Number 11, Wesley McBoga, standing at 6'4".
Yeah, you mentioned Cooper Jesperson. Jesperson, a 4-year varsity player for the Old Abes. I think recently just eclipsed the career scoring record, school record in the long storied history of Eau Claire Memorial. So Jesperson playing his final regular season game for the Old Abes here tonight, as are all the seniors for both Eau Claire Memorial and Menomonie. So over to Menomonie, Eric, lights are off, the spotlight's on, the music is going. What do we got?
Starting number 1, Brody Sturton, who's 6'3" and a senior. Sophomore, DJ Butler, who's standing at 6 foot and is number 5. Isaac Nielsen, who's a junior, standing at 6'1" and is number 10. Number 11, Isaac Ellison, who's a senior, standing at 6'4", and Tyler Nelson, the junior, standing at 5'11" and is number 12.
So a notable change in the starting lineup for the Mustangs. Starting guard Brady Johnson went down with an ankle injury in the second half of the win at St. Croix Central on Saturday. He missed Monday's game against Onalaska He was in a boot. Now, tonight I don't see Brady wearing a boot, wearing an ankle brace and dress shoes, so I'm sure everyone's hoping that he'll be back next week for the opening of the tournament Friday night against Medford right here at Menomonie High School. And we're underway. DJ Butler getting his first start, the sophomore, number 5 for Menomonie. He is being joined by Isaac Nielsen, Isaac Nelson, Isaac Ellison, and Brody Thornton. Trevor Robert, another guy who's played a lot of minutes down the stretch, has been a regular starter. I think he tweaked his ankle a little bit also, so he may be coming off the bench tonight. And first possession for Memorial ends up in a miss, and a held ball. Alternating possession goes to the Mustangs.
Yeah, I talked to DJ Butler in class today, and he's really excited about the start, and his job is to really lock down number 4, Cooper Jesperson.
Jesperson guarding Isaac Ellison, bringing the ball up for the Mustangs. Brody Thornton with a turnaround off the front of the iron, and here come the Old Abes. Imboga and Hitkey, little two-man game over to Clark, running floater, no good. Rebound Ellison, and those Memorial Old Abes all over Ellison on the rebound. Coach Van Grunsven calling for a foul, nothing called that time. But kind of open season so far. Underneath the basket, nice post up by Thornton. Bounce pass from Nielsen, and it's good. Hoop and the harm. And let's see here. Did we get that on our Mike Sell Insurance replay system? That's the final part of it. So Brody Thornton on the board. First basket of the game for either team. He now heads to the free throw line. All free throws sponsored by Bills Distributing. And the three-point play the old-fashioned way has the Mustangs leading 3-0. Old Abes quickly ahead. That one in and out for Hitkey. And on the rebound, poked away by Clark. They're going to say it was off Thornton. And Eric, what'd you see there?
Yeah, I don't know. Clark definitely hit it, but the refs were saying it hit Brody's hip after he deflected it.
Coach Van Grunsven, about as animated as we've seen him this year. He's going to have to be careful. He was on the court a little bit there, but a running one-hander. Is that Jesperson?
Yep.
So first basket for the Old Abes by the school record career scoring leader, Cooper Jesperson. And DJ Butler, the sophomore, bringing it up for Menomonie in his first career start. Stuck at the elbow. Mustangs trying to get that ball into the post. Ellison out to Nielsen from the free throw line off the front iron. And here come the Old Abes.
Yep.
And Boga up to Jesperson. Jesperson got caught in the air a little bit. And a late whistle. A little help on the call from Coach Van Grunsven. They are calling the travel on Jesperson. Cooper protesting, saying that Butler hit the ball, but I don't think Jesperson ever lost control of the ball. Good call by the officials.
I agree. Good defense by DJ.
So both teams with a lot of effort here early on. Thornton from behind the arc, off the iron, and here come the Old Abes. Good look, though, by Brody Thornton.
Yep, it really was.
Nice shot fake there from Clark. Trying to dump it down to Imboga, but Tyler Nelson pokes it away, secured by Brody Thornton, and here come the Mustangs.
Yeah, great defense again by the Mustangs. They're doing a really good job out there. Whoa, looks like there's some contact down low.
Isaac Ellison finding Tyler Nelson, a log jam 3 for Nelson, and the Mustangs score 3 the old-fashioned way by Brody Thornton, and the three-point shot, the log jam 3 by Nelson. Mustangs lead 6-2. Student section into this one right away. Everyone standing up, calling out the passes. Three-pointer from Imboga, no good. Looked like Clark might have got Thornton in the back, but no call. However, they called Clark for a travel as he secured the ball and rolled a little bit with it.
Yep, good call. And the Mustangs defense is really stepping up to start this game.
Again, a lot of contact being allowed on the rebound so far tonight. As it is with any game, the players are going to have to adjust to the way the officials are going to call the game. High screen from Thornton, and Tyler Nelson tosses that one into the first row. Is that the first turnover for Menomonie, Eric?
Mm-hmm.
And Coach Van Grunsven talked about it in the pregame interview. What has really set the Old Abes from Eau Claire Memorial apart this year is their defense. Certainly they can score the ball as well, but very good, solid man-to-man defense. We're seeing man-to-man defense out of Menomonie. And a steal by Brody Thornton. That's a couple steals now for the Mustangs.
Yep, 3 turnovers for Eau Claire Memorial.
A lot of these kids have played a lot of basketball against each other coming up through the ranks. Ellison, Isaac trying to back down. Little hesitation, up and over. Tay Ferguson, and the Mustangs now lead 8-2.
Yeah, great start for the Mustangs. This is just what we needed.
Heidke, the southpaw from the top of the key, answers for the Old Abes. Again, 5 guys on the court, and all 5 for Eau Claire Memorial can shoot the ball. Nelson stuck with his dribble, able to relief to Ellison. 3-point attempt for Nielsen off the back iron and over the backboard. And with that shot, here comes the sophomore, Trevor Robert. Trevor, he's started pretty much every game since Christmas. Although coming off the bench here tonight, again, he kind of tweaked his ankle a little bit in the last game.
Yep.
But looks like he's okay to go. I don't see any brace or tape or anything on those ankles. Nope. And he's been the difference maker in the second half. And sure enough, the Mustangs go to the 2-3 zone. It's been pretty effective for them with the 6'7" Robert in the middle. And sure enough, another turnover as Robert is able to pick off that errant pass.
Yep. Yeah, good defense again by the Mustangs, seeking out those steals.
And another turnover by Menomonie, and I think the crowd wanted to travel as Clark dove on the floor, secured the ball, and slid with it about 5 feet. But a great hustle play there. Was that Clark, Eric?
Yep.
Actually, that was Shamir Simmons, number 1, I think.
Oh.
And similar hairdos, but a great effort there by Simmons. Good no call by the officials, rewarding the effort. And a blocking foul called on Butler as Jesperson was edging towards the hoop.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that call.
So pretty good protection for the dribblers as Jake Rue now into the game for the Mustangs. 3-point attempt from Jesperson, barely touches the rim, rebound by Robert, and here comes Menomonie.
Yep. And Menomonie, again, showing their tough defense, just really running off the screens and making sure he isn't open for the three.
Great job there by Isaac Ellison. It was all about the post-up. He was able to get his guy high, and nice lob pass into Isaac. Good help from Memorial, but Ellison able to lay that one in. And let's take a look at a Mike Sell Insurance replay. Again, that high post-up for Ellison. Kept the ball up, off the glass, and good. And the foul on the other end called on number 4, Jake Rue, his first, team's second.
Yeah, that was kind of just a rough play. Jake was helping and got his arm in Eau Claire Memorial offensive guy, and it was a pretty unneeded foul. But
Jesperson, another 3-point attempt, this time off the heel of the rim. Pass up to Robert. He caught it real deep, but somehow was able to come back with it. And the sophomore puts it in. Mustangs now lead 12-5. Hustle play by Jake Rue. And that one's going to be Mustangs ball right in front of the student section. And I'll tell you, this is about as excited as I have seen the students in a regular season conference game. And with that, a timeout called by, who was it called by? We'll find out when we come back. But 11:51 to go here. In the first half, Mustangs 12-5. You're watching Mustangs TV.
Years are a great time for your child to gain practical experience in managing finances. Perhaps he or she already has a summer job lined up. A free checking account at Dairy State Bank can help teens learn to set a budget, track spending, use a debit card, make deposits, and more. Plus, parents are account co-owners and have the ability to supervise the learning process. Give us a call today. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Menomonie High School. The full timeout taken by Eau Claire Memorial, trying to quash some of this momentum from the Menomonie Mustangs. And before the timeout, here is the replay of the long pass to Trevor Robert. The sophomore caught it well under the basket, able to reach back and put it in. And Mustangs lead by 7 early on here against the conference champions, Eau Claire Memorial.
Yep, looks like Eau Claire Memorial is sticking with their pressure, even though Menomonie's been able to handle it decently well.
Isaac Nielsen crossed the top of the key, but a foul whistled. And again, so far the referees showing pretty good protection for the ball handlers. A little different story on the rebounds, but 2 fouls apiece. Certainly not favoring one team over the other are the Stripes. Jake Rue with it in the corner for the Mustangs. Out top to Isaac Nielsen. Entry pass from Rue to Isaac Ellison, and he is fouled on the way up. Pretty good elevation there from Ellison, Eric. He was, that's about as high as I've seen Isaac jump all season. And the foul whistled on number 11, Wesley Mboga. That's his first, team's third. And Ellison will head to the free throw line. Again, all free throws sponsored by Bill's Distributing. And the big guy hits the first.
Yeah, you're seeing some really good hustle and attitude here for the Mustangs.
Isaac Ellison, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, passed the 1,000th career point milestone for his career as a Mustang. As Brody Thornton, with some good effort, able to get behind the rebounder. And looks like it's going to be Menomonie's ball. But Ellison now up to 1,176 points entering tonight. Needs 51 to catch Luke Madsen. He continues to climb up that list. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yep, and the Mustangs really doing a good job to start this game. And hopefully if it carries into the playoffs if we keep playing well.
A lot of contact down below as the Mustangs continue to try to feed Isaac Ellison, and that time the foul will be called on number 14, Ian Bauer. That's his second. So 4th team foul on the Old Abes, 2 of those on Ian Bauer, the 6'1 junior. Brody Thornton inbounds to Trevor Robert. Little spin move there, kind of ran into his own guy, Isaac Ellison. And Jake Rue not able to find the handle, and turnover on the Mustangs. It's Cooper Jesperson for 3, and Jesperson makes him pay. That turnover leading to a 3-point swing on Jesperson's first one from long distance.
Yeah, that's been the Mustangs' Achilles heel all season is the turnovers. A lot of points given off of turnovers.
Robert at the elbow, kicks it out to Thornton, and Thornton looked like it was good, just a little bit strong. Hits the back of the rim, and might have been an opportunity there for Brody to follow his shot, but it'll be going to the Old Abes. DJ Butler checking back in for Jake Rue. Mustangs setting up there for a zone, it looks like. Actually, it looks like it's going to be a box and one with DJ Butler all over Cooper Jesperson. Other 4 guys matching up, 2 at the block, and a nice cut to the middle there. That was number 15, Ben Fessenmeyer, a 6'5 senior, and you can tell the Old Abes have seen the box and one. That was very well done.
Yep, really was.
A
Ooh,
lot of contact out front.
Definitely a reach.
Yeah, 2 hands on him. I don't know what this is all about.
Yeah, that's.
And Coach Van Grunsven's going to call a timeout, and It's going to be a long night if they're going to let that go.
Yeah.
But with 9:55 to go, it's Menomonie 13, Eau Claire Memorial 10. You're watching Mustangs TV. Welcome back to Menomonie High School, and timeout called by Menomonie coach Greg Van Grunsven. One timeout apiece used by each team. We were talking about Isaac Ellison a little bit. He came into the season with 793 points. He reached 1,000 career points a couple weeks ago against Chippewa Falls. Since then, he's passed Noah Feddersen, John Ellenson, and Keith Maisner. He's now chasing Luke Madsen for 4th in the all-time scoring list. Again, Nate Stanley, the career scoring leader for Menomonie with 1,445 points. Isaac won't catch him, but nevertheless, a terrific career for the big man for the Mustangs.
Yeah, hopefully if we can get on a deep playoff run, maybe it'll be possible.
Good hands there by Cooper Jesperson as he knocks that one away. That little two-man game between Thornton and Ellison has been very effective. Looked like Isaac was going to have an easy layup, but good hands by Jesperson. And Eric, before the break, we were commenting on how physical the officials were.
Oh, there we go
allowing
again.
Memorial to play. That time looked like Nelson tried to cut through the double team. I didn't really see a foul on that one, but the drive by Ellison there, Jesperson got all ball. Good hands there by the senior from Memorial. And a foul called this time on Butler. Another good call. Butler kind of using his legs and his hip to slow down Jesperson. Jesperson's kind of a master at that too.
Yep.
Able to veer his defender.
Yeah, it's just a little tough watching when it gets called on one end but not the other.
I think the difference there is the lower body obstruction caused by Butler. The one on top here in Menomonie was more hands and arms. But that one poked away by Isaac Ellison. Another turnover. How many turnovers is that on the Old Aves? About 6?
Yep, 6.
Little uncharacteristic there for Memorial. Menomonie has the sophomore Butler trying to feed it into the senior Thornton. The sophomore Robert over to the senior Ellison. To the far side to the junior Nelson. So a couple sophomores, couple seniors, and a junior as that pass from Thornton goes sailing. And a turnover on the Mustangs.
Yeah, it wasn't the bad intention, but Isaac just wasn't looking at him and just flew over his hands.
Brody's really cut the turnovers down here during this stretch of real good play for Menomonie. They're not going to be able to afford many of those tonight if they're going to stick in this one with the conference champion Old Aves. Mboga with the baseline drive. Nice kick there. And for 2 is Tay Ferguson. Ferguson, the 6'4 senior.
Yep, let's see if the Mustangs can kind of stop this Eau Claire Memorial run.
Butler
On that one, helped.
panicked with it just a little bit. And through the hands of Isaac Ellison. A travel missed on Mboga right in front of Coach Van Grunsven. And
that's the third foul on DJ.
Foul on Butler. Good call, Eric. And Coach Van Grunsven's going to have to get his wits about him. I don't think he realizes that Butler has 3. Coach Supri just let him know, but the ball's inbounded and a layup to Ferguson. And a timeout called by Van Grunsven. Still worked up over the missed traveling call. Yep. And it will be a full timeout. So we'll take a timeout as well. Memorial takes their first lead. It's 14-13, Old Abe's.
Red Cedar Automotive is your home for car shopping on a budget. With a wide selection, they're bound to have what you need. From work trucks to family cars, they truly have it all. They'll get you in your dream car faster with easy in-house financing. These deals won't last forever, so visit them at 1221 North Broadway Street in Menomonie or check them out at redcedarautomotive.com.
Welcome back to Menomonie High School, and Eau Claire Memorial has taken their first lead of the game. Definitely a missed traveling call right in front of the Menomonie bench, but that missed call led to a little bit of a distraction and an easy 2 points for the Old Abe's. There's going to be missed calls in the game, and teams are going to have to keep their wits about them. Coach Van Grunsven still having some issues with the near side official. I think they're able to converse in a good competitive nature. Coach Van Grunsven, a very veteran coach. Isaac Ellison bringing it forward for the Mustangs.
Ooh,
and
yeah,
a
there we
foul
go.
whistled
That's what they haven't been calling.
on Bryce Heitke. Heitke came through the back of Isaac Nielsen. That's the first foul on Heitke. 5th team foul. 4 team fouls on the Mustangs. Thornton inbounds to Ellison, all the way back to Thornton in the corner. Good defense there by the Old Abe's.
Yep. Yeah, you can really see that Menomonie's getting flustered with this really close and tight defense by
and
the
a
Old
hustle
Abe's.
play there by Isaac Nielsen. Another steal for the Mustangs, but another turnover as Thornton tries to force one into Ellison. Ellison now on the floor. Great hustle by both teams. Both these teams playing at a real solid level of effort. But that one will go to the Old Abe's.
Yeah, I think there's about 4 turnovers, 2 on each team back there.
And that time the traveling call on Mboga called.
I have 9 travels on 9 turnovers on Eau Claire Memorial and 7 on the Mustangs.
Now it's Coach Brisky's turn to let the officials get his performance evaluation. And a foul whistle there away from the basket. That one will be called on Shamar Simmons. That's his first, team's 6th. So the next foul will send the Mustangs to the line. I'll tell you what, Eric, some people would say this game doesn't mean anything. Eau Claire Memorial has already clinched the conference championship. Seeding is already completed. But don't tell the kids that. They are playing as hard as they can, both teams. As Mboga misses from long range. And here come the Mustangs.
Yeah, I think the Mustangs have to get down to basics. I think the last 3 or 4 possessions we've turned it over. And we just got to have a long possession, smart and safe passes, and don't force anything.
You wonder at what point fatigue might set in. Again, Mustangs without Brady Johnson tonight. So a little short on their depth. Memorial, one of the deepest teams in the conference. As a nice pass out to Ferguson. Ferguson not able to get it, but rebounded by the Old Abe's, so they will reload as Jesperson calls a play. Man-to-man defense for the Mustangs. Now check that. They're now in a zone. And that pass from Ferguson, he tried to find Simmons out near the wing, but that one will go out of bounds, and another turnover on the Old Abe's.
Yeah, both teams are really turning it over. The unofficial stat is 10 turnovers for Eau Claire Memorial.
So Menomonie's defense, top-notch here so far tonight. Jake Rue back in the game for the Mustangs. Rue had 8 3-point makes against Medford a week ago, one short of the school record. Nice dish there from Isaac Ellison. Isaac Nielsen with a good shot fake. Wasn't sure he was going to be able to keep his pivot foot down, but he did, and the junior gives the Mustangs the lead. That dish from Jesperson to Ferguson, and another lead change. Eau Claire Memorial now leading 16-15.
Yep. Nice competitive game so far.
Mustangs in a log jam in the conference standings. Right now they're tied for third. Tied with New Richmond, Rice Lake, and let's see, and River Falls. And that pass up ahead from Jesperson, and a good use of a foul there. I think it was Isaac Nielsen. That'll be whistled on Nielsen, his first, team's fifth. And the Mustangs caught in a little bit of a daze there by Jesperson. As Trevor Robert checking back into the game, he'll give Isaac Ellison a quick breather.
Oh, Memorial missed a wide open on number 11, Tay Ferguson, I think.
Instead, Bryce Hitkey hits from the corner and lets the student section know about it. Brody Thornton with a logjam three answers for the Mustangs. And this one continues to go back and forth.
Yep.
Nice cut to the middle there by Clark. Finding him was Jesperson. Mustangs a little soft in that zone here so far this evening. Nelson over to Robert, trying to get something set up here on the offensive end. Good post up there from Thornton. The pass was a little bit up the line, and out of bounds it goes. Turnover, Menomonie.
Yeah, I feel like the Mustangs are really trying to force it a little too much in the bigs. It's double or triple teamed in there.
That Mike Sell Insurance replay, that was the Thornton three-pointer just a minute ago. Log Jam 3 that was. All three-pointers sponsored by Log Jam Bar and Eatery. Appreciate all of our sponsors on Mustangs TV, allowing us to bring you this action here tonight. This three-point attempt from the other corner, also good from Hitkey, so he's now hit back-to-back threes, one from each corner. And Memorial now has opened up a 6-point lead, their largest lead of the evening.
Yep. And again, points off the turnover. That's a huge thing the Mustangs will have to work on if they want to go on a playoff run.
Isaac Ellison back in for Menomonie. As soon as he gets it, an immediate double team. Good step through, though, from Isaac, and he's able to lay that one in.
Yep.
How many points does he have now, Eric?
I got him at 7.
Jesperson kind of caught no man's land, goes up with it, and bailed out on the call. That call is going to be on Thornton.
Yeah, that's tough. There's 3 guys on him, but Jesperson did a nice job pump faking and getting him to jump.
First foul on Brody. So both teams now with 6 team fouls as Cooper Jesperson to the line for the Old Abes. A little long on the first. Trevor Robert now in the game. He'll replace Jake Rue. And answering with a sub of their own is Eau Claire Memorial. Tay Ferguson trying to match size with Robert and Ellison. Thornton, the 3 big guys for the Mustangs, along with Isaac Nielsen and Isaac Nelson. Tyler Nelson, check that.
Yep.
Too many Isaacs.
This is both of them. So
a rare 0 for 2 trip to the line for Cooper Jesperson. And that pass from Nielsen is into Ellison.
I don't know.
The foul is going to be called on the catch. It is the 7th team foul, however, so Ellison will head to the free throw line for bonus free throws.
Yeah, I felt like they could have called that either way. Looked like it was a little ahead of the shot, but Isaac kind of had one motion for the shot.
I agree.
One big motion.
And Ellison off the right side of the rim. So both teams missing an opportunity from the free throw line as a scrum on the floor occurs.
No. Oh, good. I thought they were about to give the timeout to Eau Claire Memorial.
That held ball will be another turnover on the Old Abes.
I have them down as 11.
And Eau Claire Memorial really setting up their full court press on this possession. Nielsen into Nelson, back to Nielsen, and someone's going to have to get to the middle of the court here. As that one almost picked off by Hedke. Hustled into the first row of the bleachers. Looks like he's okay. Yeah, once Tyler Nelson had the ball, everyone just kind of went down the court and lost track. Was really not even looking up.
Nope.
With a minute 52 seconds, both teams, I think, are a little bit gassed.
That'll be bonus.
That foul is going to be whistled on Tay Ferguson. A push on the inbound as Trevor Robert was trying to post up for the ball. That'll be his second on Ferguson, and to the Bills distributing free throw line goes Trevor Robert. First one off the rim, rebound Isaac Ellison. Ellison to Nielsen. Tried to get it out to Brody Thornton, but the pass off the mark and turnover on Menomonie. Valiant effort by the student section trying to talk the official into saying that one was off the Old Abe defender, but the official on the spot with a good call. 2-3 zone here for the Mustangs. Check that, a box and one is Isaac Nielsen shadowing Cooper Jesperson. That 3-point one off the mark, and Tyler Nelson tried to save it under his own basket. He saved it right to Wesley Mboga for the easy layup. Yeah, that saving the ball under your own basket is a little bit risky. That time, Mboga made Nelson pay.
Another turnover. Jeez.
And Thornton whistled for the foul on the loose ball. We haven't seen that much at all this half. Looked like Brody got a lot of ball with the hand on that one. Yep. But that will be a foul. That's Thornton's second foul. Team's 7th. So to the line will go number 15, Ben Fessenmeyer, a 6'5 senior. First one is off the rim, but rebounded by Simmons. Tried to go up with it, not able to convert.
Kind of looked like he got fouled there again. Refs letting everyone play.
This would not be an easy one to officiate, I can tell you that right now, as Jesperson called for the foul with Isaac Nielsen driving the baseline. That's Jesperson's second foul, team's 9th. A sub is heading to the table. That's number 21, Henry Fessenmeyer, a 6'1 senior. And with 56 seconds to go, Shamar Simmons will also check in. Jesperson and Ben Fessenmeyer will come out. So Nielsen from the Bills distributing free throw line rattles home the second. And Memorial now with the 4-point lead. Attacking right away. And 3 seconds to call on Shamar Simmons. Good call there on the official. Simmons, I think he would have let him go with it if he was trying to make a move to the basket, but instead he was trying to drive out of there, and that was at least 3 seconds in the lane.
Yep.
So 40 seconds to go. Isaac Ellison bringing it up for the Mustangs. And he'll go all the way, and a charge called on Ellison as Julius Clark flops on that one.
Yeah, that was a bad call.
And the big man Ellison, that will be his first, team's 8th, but the player control foul will not result in any free throws. So you would think that Memorial would potentially hold it for one last shot here with under 30 seconds to go, but poked away from Tyler Nelson, and the Mustangs will now have the opportunity for them to have the last shot.
Yep.
Don't go away at halftime. We're going to have a real short commercial break, and then Activities Director Matt Riley will join us to talk about everything that's going on here at Menomonie High School, as Julius Clark able to pick the pocket and score that one. And the final heave from Ellison is off the mark, and we'll head it to the locker room. So a couple turnovers in the last few seconds of the half, and at halftime it'll be Eau Claire Memorial 28, Menomonie 22. You're watching Mustangs TV.
Years are a great time for your child to gain practical experience in managing finances. Perhaps he or she already has a summer job lined up. A free checking account at Dairy State Bank can help teens learn to set a budget, track spending, use a debit card, make deposits, and more. Plus, parents are account co-owners and have the ability to supervise the learning process. Give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Smiling is how you share joy and happiness with the world. So when our children needed orthodontic treatment, we wanted them to have the best experience possible, which is why we chose Crystal Orthodontics. The personalized braces and Invisalign treatments fit easily into our active schedules, and the care we received was outstanding and even fun. Their new smiles are amazing, and Crystal Orthodontics definitely earned our trust. There's nothing better than seeing our kids share beaming, confident smiles in all of life's moments.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
TMS Tire and Auto is a proud sponsor of the Menomonie Mustangs. Family owned since 1978, TMS Tire and Auto has 5 locations in Baldwin, Boyceville, Hudson, New Richmond, and Menomonie, and can serve all your automotive needs. Visit us online at tmstireandauto.com or call us at 715-235-9119 to schedule your appointment today. Go Mustangs!
Red Cedar Automotive is your home for car shopping on a budget. With a wide selection, they're bound to have what you need. From work trucks to family cars, they truly have it all. They'll get you in your dream car faster with easy in-house financing. These deals won't last forever, so visit them at 1221 North Broadway Street in Menomonie or check them out at redcedarautomotive.com.
Welcome back to Menomonie High School. It's halftime. The Old Abes from Eau Claire Memorial leading the Menomonie Mustangs 28-22. And joining us for our halftime interview, sponsored by TMS Tire and Auto and Crystal Orthodontics, is Menomonie Activities Director Matt Riley. And Mr. Riley, this is it's not March yet, but it's March Madness, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels like it. Great game tonight. It's a lot of intensity in the gym. It's nice to see a great crowd here, and we're ready to get started with our playoffs tomorrow night.
I know you and I were talking earlier today, and you were kind of running down all the different events that we got going on. Let's start with the sporting events. So you mentioned tomorrow night. What do we got? The girls' tournament starting?
Yeah, the girls are hosting a tournament game tomorrow against Rhinelander at 7 p.m., and if they were to win that game, more than likely they'll head to Rice Lake on Saturday. If somehow Rice Lake were to lose that game, we would host on Saturday if we do win.
So basketball went to another division. What was that, like 6-7 years ago?
Yeah.
Maybe longer? I don't know.
Maybe
it all
longer.
blends in.
Yeah.
And since that time, it's really kind of made the championship bracket smaller. And the Mustangs, the girls with a pretty good season, they really start out in the regional semifinal on Friday. Then Saturday night at Rice Lake would be the regional final already. So
yeah, and they got a pretty good draw. They split with Rice Lake in the regular season. They actually beat them up there, so they should go into that game with confidence if they do happen to play there.
So talking about the tournament, obviously these two teams will both be in the tournament next week. What do we got for the Mustangs?
Yeah, so
for the boys side.
Boys also got a 4 seed in the tournament, and they got a bye, so they'll be playing in the regional semifinal against Medford, against a team they beat just a couple weeks ago. And if they were to win that game, more than likely they would go against the 1 seed Wausau East, who I think our boys got a good draw. Obviously that's a good team because they're a 1 seed, but they're excited for the playoff run.
I think Coach Van Grunsman was saying Wausau East plays Merrill, maybe.
Merrill. More than likely, probably Merrill.
Okay.
If they
there's a play-in game.
There's a play-in game on Tuesday.
So a regional quarterfinal.
And I believe Merrill lost to them by like 7 a couple weeks ago. So
to Wausau East.
Yeah. So it's it could be a close game.
So the girls in action tomorrow, and then potentially on Saturday in the regional championship. The boys will start their tournament journey right here at Menomonie High School a week from tomorrow. So both basketball programs hosting first-round games. And the wrestlers, that's been a nice finish to their season.
Yeah, they did a good job. They won their sectional semifinal match against West Salem, last week, and then they lost in the sectional final to a very good Holman team. And then this week, starting today, they sent down 6 wrestlers. And actually, Aiden Ari, who wrestles at 126, won both matches today. So he's going to be in the semifinals tomorrow night, which should be very exciting for him.
So a great job to all those wrestlers. The team, first of all, for advancing all the way to the sectional final, hoping for that repeat trip to state for the team wrestling tournament. But the individuals that went, great job by those guys, and Aiden Ari still in the mix for a possible state championship. What did you say, semifinals tomorrow?
Semifinals tomorrow. So if he wins that, he'll be in the final. If he loses, he could wrestle to get 3rd place on Saturday as well.
Excellent. Well, congratulations to Aiden Ari. What else do we got for sports?
On Saturday, also, the gymnastics team is heading to Ashland for their sectional. Up there in Ashland, and that's a chance to get maybe some individuals to state the following week as well. That's kind of all that's left for our winter sports.
That's it, huh?
Well, yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah,
we have half of them are done, but yeah, it seems like a lot. And then actually on Monday we have our spring sports meeting at 5:30 here at the high school, and track starts March 10th, and everyone follows along. So it's kind of not a ton of break, but we're looking forward, and this nice weather is kind of getting everyone excited for the spring season.
Yeah, what are people calling it? Fool spring or fake spring or something? But
hopefully it sticks.
Oh, I know. I took a look at the turf today, and boy, you could get out there and throw a baseball or softball around or kick a soccer ball if that's what you're into.
Right.
So sports-wise, the winter season kind of coming to a close. Hockey had a nice season, kind of a rebuilding year for them, but kids played hard. But sports are only a piece of it. I've also been trying to follow a little bit with all the other co-curricular activities, and that's been a whirlwind as well.
Yeah, we had DECA actually just went down to Lake Geneva for state this past week, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. They had some success. I think they're sending a couple people to nationals. And then on Saturday here at the high school, we're hosting a big regional tournament. The Science Olympiad team's hosting the 30-team Science Olympiad invite here at the high school. So it's going to be packed on Saturday, and it's great to see so many students involved in extracurricular activities.
You know, and I don't know if everyone knows, but Menomonie has a real strong history in the Science Olympiad program. Has won state championships consistently, some of the top state performers. So that home meet here on Saturday will be a real good opportunity for our kids from Menomonie High School to advance in Science Olympiad. I also noticed that tonight is the dress rehearsal for the spring musical here at Menomonie High School. And what was it, Freaky Friday? Is that the name of the musical this year?
Yeah, Freaky Friday, and they actually start their show is tomorrow night and Saturday night at 7 p.m. They also have a show on this Sunday at 2 p.m. and then on next Thursday and Fridays at 7 p.m. and then they end their musical next Saturday at 2 p.m. So be a lot of spring musical opportunities for people to come out and watch.
Yeah, so 6 opportunities, and it's a great cast. So many of the kids from Menomonie High School involved. And again, opening night is tomorrow at 7, then it goes Saturday at 7, Sunday at 2, and then next week, Thursday and Friday at 7 p.m., and a matinee on Saturday, March 8th at 2:30. Mr. Riley, thanks for all your work with all these activities, doing a great job hosting all these people, keeping everyone safe, keeping everything organized, and giving our kids a wonderful experience.
Thank you.
All right, so that's been Activities Director Matt Riley, and that took the whole halftime interview. That halftime interview sponsored by TMS Tire and Auto and Crystal Orthodontics. So we'll go ahead and keep it right here as Eric gets his headset back on. And Eric, did you get a chance to do any stat totals from the first half?
Yep. Starting with Eau Claire Memorial, Julius Clark had 4. Bryce Hetke had 3 threes, had 9. Cooper Jesperson was only held to 5. Tay Ferguson had 6. Wesley M. Boger had 2, and Ben Fesenmeyer had 2. For the Mustangs, Bodie Thornton was 6, Isaac Nielsen with 4. Isaac Ellison with 7, Tyler Nelson with 3, and Trevor Robert with 2.
So Eau Claire Memorial comes out with it, and Ferguson not able to convert. Good defense by the Mustangs, and right away a turnover as Tyler Nelson able to intercept that pass, but he's in trouble now and tied up by Julius Clark. And the junior Nelson having a little bit of difficulty with the pressure defense. How many points did you say Ellison had in the first half?
I had him as 7.
All right, so he needs 51 to catch Luke Madsen coming into the night, so 44 more. I would expect to see him cut into that a little bit here in the second half. Hopefully a couple more games in the tournament and he can get there.
Yep.
And a steal by Clark. He's really having his way with Tyler Nelson, and a foul on DJ Butler.
Boy. That's his fourth.
That's going to be 4 fouls on Butler. He picked up his second and third fouls with about 5 minutes to go in the first half, and right away here, only 43 seconds into the second half, he picks up foul number 4. And to the scorers table, right away goes Trevor Robert. Looks like one sophomore is going to check in for the other. First free throw from Clark off the rim. And I'll tell you, Eric, both these teams have struggled a little bit from the free throw line tonight.
Eau Claire Memorial, I'm pretty sure, is like 1 for 6, if they even have made one.
So Jake Rue and Trevor Robert into the game. Brody Thornton, the senior, told Robert, go back to the high post. I want to box out Ferguson. So the 6'7" Robert boxed out the shooter instead. Thornton and Ellison bringing the ball up for the Mustangs. Those seniors, even though they're big guys, have had to handle the ball a lot for Menomonie this year. And Brody Thornton with the three-pointer. Cooper Jesperson to answer off the front iron. Rebound Isaac Ellison. Quickly ahead, Robert to Rue. Rue thought about it. He has a quick trigger, but wisely kicks it back out to Isaac Ellison. Thornton to Robert. Trevor at the high post.
Yeah, I think it was a good decision by Jake Rue not to shoot it. Gives the Mustangs a chance to kind of set up their offense. They haven't really set up their offense much to start the second half.
A real senior-laden team as Brody Thornton tried to throw it into Trevor Robert. Robert not even able to get his hand up, as I think he was being held there, but no call by the official.
Yeah, that's tough.
You look at Memorial's varsity roster. 15 guys, only one not a senior.
Wow, that's crazy.
Solid rebound there by Isaac Ellison. Yeah, these kids have played a lot together coming up through the ranks. Quite a difference compared to Menomonie. Really with just a couple seniors logging minutes here tonight, with Brady Johnson out with an ankle, and your brother A.J. Zadowski suiting up for the first time this season. Been battling a foot injury, and I don't know that he's going to get in there tonight. We'll have to see, but that pass off the hands of Isaac Nielsen. Turnover Mustangs.
4 turnovers in 2.5 minutes is not the key for the Mustangs if they want any chance of winning this game.
No, pretty fortunate to be only down by 4. I would say that it's the turnovers that Menomonie's created, as 2 guys guarding Cooper Jesperson in the backcourt leaves Wesley Mboga wide open. Jake Rue and Isaac Nielsen were face guarding Cooper Jesperson underneath the Menomonie basket, leaving a 4-on-3 situation. Rue over to Thornton. Brody looking to get it into his senior counterpart, Isaac Ellison. 3-point attempt from Jake Rue is good.
Hey, that's a big one.
And the Mustangs needed that as Jake Rue with the logjam 3. And it looked like he might have had the steal, but a whistle from the far side official. And Rue called with the reaching foul.
Mustangs can't catch a break.
Jesperson alone in the corner. That's trouble. But off the mark again. Jesperson just really hasn't been able to get it to go from beyond the arc. And a foul whistle. Let's take a look at that last Mike Sell Insurance replay. What do we got here? That's the Jake Rue over to Brody Thornton. That was at the beginning of the half as Tay Ferguson heads to the line. Foul called on Isaac Nielsen, his second. And the other Mike Sell Insurance replay we have, that was Isaac Ellison putting that one in for the Mustangs. So Ferguson ready for his second shot. Did he make the first one out?
Yep.
1 for 2 from the line. Rebound Brody Thornton. So Memorial leading by 5 here. 14.5 minutes to go. Jules Clark continuing to give Tyler Nelson all he can handle. Is that one into Isaac Ellison? He lays it in and is fouled. Nice pass there. Let's take a look at that replay. Brody Thornton with a nice over-the-head pass into Isaac Ellison, fouled by Ferguson. That's his third, team's first. And Isaac Ellison to the line. The Bills distributing free throw is off the iron, no good.
Yeah, both the Mustangs and the Old Abes haven't really got much going with free throws.
And a miscommunication there on defense as Tay Ferguson runs the floor. Nice pass there from Cooper Jesperson. And a quick answer from the Old Abes. Thornton against Mboga. Skips it over to Nelson. Back to Thornton. 3-pointer from Brody off the front iron. And a better job that time by the Mustangs getting back on defense. Steal by Thornton. Up to Nelson, over to Robert, and the sophomore lays it in with the left hand.
There we go.
Good transition hoop there for Menomonie.
Mustangs keeping this a really close game against the conference champions.
So Rue, Nelson, Robert, Thornton, and Ellison, the current lineup for Menomonie.
Is Eau Claire Memorial undefeated in conference play?
They are. They're a perfect 13-0 coming into this one, and a reaching foul on Isaac Ellison. He didn't like it, but it sure looked like he got a lot of Bryce Hetke on that one.
Still haven't seen many reach calls today.
That's going to be the second foul, I think, on Isaac Ellison. It is. Fourth team foul already on the Mustangs. Only one called on the Old Abe's. Jesperson triggering it in for Memorial. 2-3 zone from the Mustangs. And the Old Abe's have done a real nice job spreading that zone so far today. As Thornton saves the ball. That kick out there to Yates is off the iron. Good rebound from Trevor Robert.
Looks like every time the Mustangs get a rebound, number 2, Julius Clark, just reaches and smacks the Mustang player. And a couple of the Mustang parents are getting really frustrated with it.
And finally a call on a stopped ball handler. Yeah, I agree, Eric. Anytime there's been a rebound, anytime there's been a situation like that where a ball handler picks up his dribble, the Old Abe's have been very, very physical.
Yep, and it's every time.
There hasn't been much protection given by the officials, although that time they did. They've been pretty consistent, though, I would say. They've been protecting the dribbler tonight, but not so much the receiver.
Yep.
Memorial really helping down on Isaac Ellison. That leaves Jake Rue open for the 3, although off the front iron. Good look from the junior, Jake Rue. To the hoop goes Jesperson, and that foul is going to be whistled on Jake Rue. That'll be his 3rd. And Jesperson, again, really good with the veer. Really the offensive player creating the contact there, getting the benefit of the call. And lost in the mix was Jesperson, who hits from 3. He's missed a bunch of them tonight, but he's not too worried about that. The career scoring leader for the Old Abe's. As Brody Thornton down to Isaac Ellison, back to Thornton. He'll fire from long range, falling away off the iron. And a good hustle play there by Tyler Nelson. He'll knock it off of Ian Bauer. Out of bounds, ball goes back to Menomonie. Both these teams are really giving her, Eric. You can see some fatigue setting in, especially on the Menomonie side.
Yep.
A little less depth on the bench, especially tonight with Brady Johnson nursing an ankle injury. That one from Rue off the back of the iron, and rebound Old Abe's. Good hustle play there by Isaac Ellison. Able to deflect that pass, and a timeout called by head Menomonie coach Greg Van Grunsven. Will take a timeout as well. 11:33 to go in this one. Eau Claire Old Abe's 38, Menomonie Mustangs 32. You're watching Mustangs TV.
Years are a great time for your child to gain practical experience in managing finances. Perhaps he or she already has a summer job lined up. A free checking account at Derry State Bank can help teens learn to set a budget, track spending, use a debit card, make deposits, and more. Plus, parents are account co-owners and have the ability to supervise the learning process. Give us a call today. Derry State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Menomonie High School, and good camera work there by our cameraman, Alex Musa. Zooming in on Activities Director Matt Riley, talking to head men's coach at UW Stout, Jim Lake. I'm sure Coach Lake wouldn't mind seeing a few of the guys on the court tonight, furthering their career at UW Stout. So it will be Old Abe's basketball coming out of the timeout.
Yep, Old Abe's have really been controlling the game the last couple minutes. See if Menomonie can change that.
Still only a 6-point lead for Eau Claire Memorial. Good high-low action there, but dribbling it is Shamar Simmons, and another turnover. Got to be about a season high of turnovers for the Old Abes. Have no idea what that might be, but that three-point attempt from Jake Rue off the iron. Rebound, Brody Thornton. Thornton up with it in the baseline and rattles it home. And the lead for the Old Abes now 4. As Menomonie settling into a 2-3 zone.
I have Brody Thornton with 10 points.
So double digits for the senior Brody Thornton. He and Isaac Ellison playing in their final regular season game here at Menomonie High School. As Cooper Jesperson starting to heat up a little bit for Eau Claire Memorial. That's a couple threes now for Jesperson in the second half.
He has 11.
He only had, 5 at halftime?
Yep.
Jake Rue, top of the key. Takes a little dribble in and hits the 15-footer. Good answer there for the Mustangs by Jake Rue. And a rejection by Trevor Robert, the sophomore, with some monstrous defense.
That was awesome.
That got the crowd a little fired up there in the student section. Rue over to Nelson, over to Robert, looking high-low to Ellison, and a ton of contact down low. Brody Thornton for 3, and it's good. Log jam 3, and a whistle on the shot is going to be called on Isaac Ellison, and he's going to have to be careful here. That's his 3rd foul, I think. And after all the pushing and shoving, they're going to whistle Ellison for the foul. He's talking respectfully to the official, but I got to give Isaac credit. I don't know if I could hold it in. After all the pushing they were giving him down there, to get a foul called on that rebound is really a difficult thing for a high school kid to deal with. So good job keeping his cool there. As the Old Abes try to answer, and they do. A three-pointer from Ian Bauer. And a quick timeout by head coach for the Old Abes, Chad Brisky. We'll take a timeout as well. It's a good one here. Memorial 44, Menomonie 39. You're watching Mustangs TV.
Communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
As we come back, we'll take a look at a Mike Sell Insurance replay here. This one here was from a little earlier in the half. The nice transition basket on a pass from Jake Rue to Trevor Robert. Brody Thornton hit that last log jam 3 for the Mustangs. And bringing it in is Jake Rue. And Brody Thornton bringing it up for Menomonie. Thornton and Jesperson, I can think back to about 5th or 6th grade watching those guys go at it. And Isaac Ellison put on the floor by Wesley Mboga. Another foul.
There we go. Finally.
And finally a call whistled on by the official. Isaac Ellison with 3 fouls has been getting absolutely handled down there in the low post. Finally a whistle. Only the 3rd team foul called on the Old Abes.
There's been a lot more than that.
Jeez. Certainly not an easy game to officiate. That pass errantly thrown by Trevor Robert, but stolen by Isaac Ellison up to Trevor Robert and knocked away by Jules Clark. Clark has shown some real good hands on a number of plays where he's been able to knock the ball away or at least cause a disruption. Saved a basket there. but it will be Menomoni's ball under their own basket. Lob pass into Isaac Ellison.
Geez.
Too much on it from Brody Thornton. Jesperson on the delay, kicks out to Ferguson. That three off the iron. Rebound, Old Abe's.
Yeah, even though Menominee's size advantage, Eau Claire has been able to get some offensive rebounds.
We talked about it. A lot of seniors. The only junior on the court for the Old Abe's, number 14, Ian Bauer, and he's pretty well put together. And another foul called on the Mustangs on the loose ball. I'm not sure who they called on that one.
Jake Rue.
Was he even by the play?
I don't even know.
So that'll be the fourth foul on Rue. Jake and Isaac Nielsen will come on out. DJ Butler with 4 fouls back into the game for the Mustangs, along with Tyler Nelson, excuse me.
Number 11 on Eau Claire's trying to flop and get Isaac called on a foul.
Yeah, the officials are trying to sort this out a little bit, and again, not an easy job, but 17 fouls on the Mustangs, only 3 on the Old Abe's.
I think it's probably pretty similar if everything was called.
As Ferguson converts from the free throw line. Bringing it up the court for Menomonie, the big man, Isaac Ellison. He can do it all. And finally a whistle on a dribbler as Wesley Mboga put 2 hands checking the dribbler Ellison. We've seen that about 10 times tonight, not called.
Yeah.
No wonder the game's a little bit out of control here.
Yep.
But trying to maintain a positive attitude. Another flop there from Clark, trying to get the foul called on Thornton. I'll tell you, this has been a little chippy here in the second half.
Yep.
Both these teams really working hard as Thornton triggers from 3. Gets nothing, says he got hit on the arm, no call, and here come the Old Abe's. Jesperson coming up for Memorial. Kicks it out to Clark. The 3 is good. And Julius Clark hits from long range. Memorial now, with their biggest lead of the game, now leading by 10.
Yep.
And this is what this team can do to their opponents. It's a real solid Memorial team. Some real stifling defense, and they know every little trick in the book. But some really good basketball players dressed in purple tonight. So timeout called by Coach Van Gunsen. We'll take a timeout as well. 7:53 to go. Mustangs down by 10. You're watching Mustangs TV.
TMS Tire and Auto is a proud sponsor of the Menomonie Mustangs. Family owned since 1978, TMS Tire and Auto has 5 locations in Baldwin, Boyceville, Hudson, New Richmond, and Menomonie, and can serve all your automotive needs. Visit us online at tmstireandauto.com or call us at 715-235-9119 to schedule your appointment today. Go Mustangs!
DJ Butler triggering it in for Menomonie. And another foul now called.
He's acting like it's not a foul, but it clearly is.
Well, it hasn't been most of the game. That's the problem, Eric. And like you said during break, this has really been hard to watch. If you're on blood pressure medication, don't come to the gym tonight. But again, both these teams really playing their hearts out, and the officials doing their best. But it's been a rough one to watch here.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac Ellison down low for Menomonie, and finally with some protection from all the contact, able to lay that one in.
He's got 11 now.
11 points for Isaac Ellison. And another turnover as Brody Thornton able to poke that one away. This one's far from over.
Yep.
DJ Butler playing with 4 fouls. Pretty good banging down below. Cooper Jesperson and Isaac Ellison look pretty clean there. 3-pointer from Butler is good. And the sophomore, a log jam 3, and the Mustangs right back into this one. Now trail 49-44. Cooper Jesperson tries to answer, but off the front iron, and here comes Butler. He was held by Clark.
Jeez, that's just ridiculous.
And no call. Julius Clark wrapped his arms around him. You could see the jersey come away from DJ's body. And a timeout called by, I think, Butler or Van Grunsven, one of the two. But probably a good use of the timeout. That was the last timeout, though, for the Mustangs. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. Let's take a look at the Mike Sell Insurance replay as the sophomore DJ Butler gets the ball in the wing, squares up, and knocks it down. Nothing but the bottom of the net. The logjam 3 on the Mike Sell Insurance replay. Well, as we have a minute, I'd like to give a shout-out. Couple connections there on the Eau Claire Memorial sideline. First of all, Nate Banasic, one of the assistant coaches, wearing white down there at the end of the bench. Nate, a graduate from Prairie du Chien. His dad, Andy, the longtime coach there in Prairie du Chien. My mentor as the really young school administrator back in the day. And Kyle Kaufman, the head baseball coach on the other end of the bench on the near side here. Also a basketball assistant. So a nice shot there from Brody Thornton off the glass and in. And it's now a 3-point game, one-possession game here with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, this game really changed once the refs started calling those inside fouls. Now Eau Claire has multiple fouls called on them, and the Mustangs are able to do more of what they want.
Beautiful move there by Julius Clark, the senior, with a spin move. Able to put that one in. Isaac Ellison bringing it up for the Mustangs. Butler, the sophomore, stuck in the wing. No timeouts left for Menomonie. Able to get it off to Trevor Robert, but Robert with a double dribble called. This stifling defense from the Old Aves is something Coach Van Grunsven talked about in his pregame interview. And there's a reason why the Old Aves are one of the top-ranked teams in the state of Wisconsin. Jesperson from the corner, falling away, and off the front iron.
Ooh. Brody, nice job.
Oh, it looked like a potential carrying call there on Thornton. He kept his hand on top of it. Nelson picked up his dribble.
Yeah, Eau Claire does really well when pick up the dribble.
Beautiful pass there from the sophomore Trevor Robert, and on his way up, Isaac Ellison fouled. That foul whistled on number 2, Julius Clark.
And I cannot believe that's his first foul.
Unbelievable.
At least 5.
The first foul of the night given to Julius Clark. and give Julius credit. He's a heck of a ball player, but there's no way he has played this game with only one foul.
I can
Eric's
think
point.
of 10 times.
I don't know about 10, but I'd say at least 5, like you said. As Isaac Ellison converts from the Bills distributing free throw line. And those 2 free throws bring the Mustangs back within one possession. Clark reloading from the three-point line off the front iron. Rebound Nelson. Mustangs have some numbers. Tyler Nelson all the way to the hoop. And Tay Ferguson, check that. The 6'4 senior called on the foul. Looked pretty good from here.
Yeah.
But again, this would be one heck of a game to try to officiate. That's the 4th team foul, or the 4th personal foul on Ferguson, 7th team foul. So I think you hit the nail on the head, Eric. For a while, it was 7 fouls on the Mustangs and 1 or 2 on Memorial. And Memorial had a 10-point lead. Since that time, the fouls are now even, and the game is now in the balance with Nelson converting on both. That's a 1-point game. So the Bills distributing free throw line. Good to Tyler Nelson. And with 5 minutes to go, the Mustangs are within 1. Jesperson from the corner is good. And it doesn't take much space for Jesperson to get a shot off. Yep. And the senior answers quickly. And the full court press now from the Old Aves. Thornton, a lot of dribbling. There's got to be a guy open. Up to Nelson he goes, and Nelson lays it in. Tyler with a nice job breaking the press for Menomonie. Jesperson from the baseline. I think Trevor Robert might got a piece of that one. Thornton up to Ellison, into Robert, a little bit deep on the pass. Good catch by the sophomores, up with it, no foul called. A lot of contact there on Ben Fessenmeyer, but no call. However, the ball will stay in Menomonie's possession.
Yeah, wow. A lot of back and forth the last couple minutes.
Thornton with the ball blocked, I think. Did that one hit the backboard?
I'm not sure.
Fessenmeyer must have blocked the pass as Jesperson loads from 3 and drains it. And Cooper Jesperson, what is that, 4 3-pointers now for him in the second half?
Yep.
He's been shooting a lot of them, but the 4 converted 3-pointers has been the difference. And that one knocked loose by Jesperson off of the Old Abe's. And it will be Menomonie's basketball. Isaac Ellison into Tyler Nelson, splits the double team, into Brody Thornton. Trevor Robert, and that will be a traveling call, I believe. But before the traveling, a foul whistled. That one called on Julius Clark, his second.
Yeah, there we go.
Robert got some pretty good protection there. And it's going to be bonus free throws from the Bills distributing free throw line for the sophomore, Trevor Robert. First one from Robert is off the back iron and thought it was going to rattle home, but...
Gravel! Oh, oh my gosh.
Jesperson from 3 off the iron. Rebound Trevor Robert. And all over him is Jules Clark.
Finally.
And that's been happening on almost every rebound this evening.
Yes.
And Eric's been wanting that called all night. And finally, Jules Clark called with his 3rd foul. And back to the free throw line will be Trevor Robert. In all free throws this winter, sponsored by Bills Distributing. First one from Robert is good. So 57-53, 3 minutes, 26 seconds to go. Another conversation between Wesley Mboga and Isaac Ellison and the official at the free throw line. That one off the iron. Saved by Mboga, and it will be Memorial's basketball.
Looks like the Mustangs are in a 2-3 zone.
A little extended 2-3 with Tyler Nelson at the top. Jesperson calling for the ball on the wing for the Old Abe's. Nice pass down there to Mboga. Positions himself well, and on a second chance able to put it in. Memorial now leads by 6. And again, both these teams, these kids have really done a nice job, as has the coaches. Been a real competitive game here tonight.
Oh, imagine if this was a playoff game.
Yeah, a turnover on the Mustangs there, and these two teams won't face each other in the playoffs. Eau Claire Memorial, a Division I school based on enrollment. Menomonie, Division II. But talk about a good tune-up here for the Mustangs before the tournament. As Memorial not looking like they're in much of a rush against this zone with a 6-point lead and only 2 minutes to play.
Mustangs are going to have to do something.
That one knocked out of bounds by Brody Thornton. And into the game with 4 fouls comes DJ Butler. He'll come in for Isaac Nielsen. Jesperson calling for it in the corner, and another 3-pointer from Cooper Jesperson. And Jesperson's been the story here in the second half.
Yep.
Was that 5 3-pointers now?
Yep.
DJ Butler now for the Mustangs. Good pass from Brody Thornton into Isaac Ellison. Isaac misses the first one, but able to get his own rebound and put it in. Boy, I don't know how these guys are doing it. They've logged a lot of minutes tonight, Thornton and Ellison, but they continue to battle each and every possession.
Yeah, Mustangs are going to have to start fouling or doing something because Memorial's just running off the clock.
Man-to-man defense now on by the Mustangs. That foul whistled on DJ Butler, and Butler has picked up his 5th foul. So in his first start of the season, DJ Butler will foul out. DJ with a lot of ball in front of him. Terrific season on the football field. Star running back for the Mustangs football team. He's done a real nice job in his first year getting some varsity action here with the Menomonie basketball program. First free throw from Jesperson rattles home. And some subs now coming into the game for Memorial as Shamar Simmons back in. Also number 14, Ian Bauer, the lone junior on the Old Abe's varsity roster. And the second one from Jesperson is good, and a 30-second timeout called by Eau Claire Memorial. We'll take a timeout as well. So a 9-point lead for the Old Abe's with 1:09 to go. You're watching Mustangs TV.
Red Cedar Automotive is your home for car shopping on a budget. With a wide selection, they're bound to have what you need. From work trucks to family cars, they truly have it all. They'll get you in your dream car faster with easy in-house financing. These deals won't last forever, so visit them at 1221 North Broadway Street in Menomonie or check them out at redcedarautomotive.com.
Welcome back to Menomonie High School. 1:09 to go here. Mustangs trail by 9. Been a great high school basketball game here tonight.
Yep. Oh, he has.
As Brody Thornton will advance it for Menomonie. Thornton all the way to the lane. Nice up and under. Gets Jesperson to bite on it, and 2 points for Brody Thornton. Mustangs see if they opt to foul here, trailing by 7. Less than a minute to go. Looking for a trap somewhere, but Thornton now gives the foul to Julius Clark.
Hey, better him than Jesperson.
Not too many weak links on this Eau Claire Memorial basketball team. Be interesting to see what they're able to do in the tournament. A 3 seed, largely due to a schedule with a number of Division II schools. But I think they're ranked about 7th or 8th in the state of Wisconsin. They have gone out of the area to play some non-conference games, hence the 4 losses on their record. They did lose one about a week ago to Marshfield, another top-notch team in the area. And Tyler Nelson fouled on that attempt. And he will go to the Bills Distributing free throw line. Tyler Nelson, with his first year of varsity action, has done a real nice job for Menomonie.
Yep.
Hits on the first. Defensive replacement, Isaac Nielsen checking in for Jake Rue, the 3-point specialist for Menomonie. And Nelson converts them both. Back to a 7-point game here. And with 27 seconds to go, Trevor Robert will give a foul. That's the first foul on Trevor tonight.
Yep.
The southpaw, Bryce Headkey, to the line. Hits the first for Memorial. And with the second free throw, we will have his sub as Ian Bauer back into the game for the Old Abes. Eric, when these two teams played back on January 17th, the Mustangs kept it pretty close in the first half, but the Old Abes really pulled away in the second half, winning the game 70-47. It hasn't been that way tonight. In fact, Menomonie had the lead for a while in the second half, but with 10 seconds to go, Cooper Jesperson will dribble it out, and these two teams will shake hands. But what a way to end the regular season. And congratulations to the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes, who finished the conference schedule undefeated, a perfect 14-0. And as Eric totals up the stats, we'll take a short break and we'll be back. You're watching Mustangs TV.
Years are a great time for your child to gain practical experience in managing finances. Perhaps he or she already has a summer job lined up. A free checking account at Dairy State Bank can help teens learn to set a budget, track spending, use a debit card, make deposits, and more. Plus, parents are account co-owners and have the ability to supervise the learning process. Give us a call today. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Smiling is how you share joy and happiness with the world. So when our children needed orthodontic treatment, we wanted them to have the best experience possible, which is why we chose Crystal Orthodontics. The personalized braces and Invisalign treatments fit easily into our active schedules, and the care we received was outstanding and even fun. Their new smiles are amazing, and Crystal Orthodontics definitely earned our trust. There's nothing better than seeing our kids share beaming, confident smiles in all of life's moments.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
TMS Tire and Auto is a proud sponsor of the Menomonie Mustangs. Family owned since 1978, TMS Tire and Auto has 5 locations in Baldwin, Boyceville, Hudson, New Richmond, and Menomonie, and can serve all your automotive needs. Visit us online at tmstireandauto.com or call us at 715-235-9119 to schedule your appointment today. Go Mustangs!
Welcome back to Menomonie High School, and the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes finished the conference season undefeated as they knock off the Menomonie Mustangs 68-59 in a very good high school basketball game. A little tough to watch at some points, certainly a tough game to officiate, but we certainly appreciate the effort of the 3 officials. And Eric, what do you have for some final stats? Why don't you start with Memorial?
All right. Julius Clark had 10 points. Shamir Shimmons had 2. Bryce Hedke had 10. Cooper Jesperson had 22. Tay Ferguson had 11. Wesley Mboga had 7. Ian Bauer with 3. And Ben Fesenmeyer with 2.
All right, so Cooper Jesperson took a lot of shots tonight from beyond the arc, but he hit enough of them there in the second half and allowed Eau Claire Memorial to pull away. How about for the Mustangs?
Brody Thornton was the leading scorer with 18. Then Isaac Ellison with 15. Tyler Nelson with 9. Trevor Robert with 5. Jake Grube with 5. Isaac Nielsen with 4. And DJ Butler with 3.
How many did Isaac have?
15.
All right, so 36 points away from catching Luke Madsen on the all-time scoring list. Isaac Ellison, he's going to have an opportunity to do that if the Mustangs can knock off Medford in the first round of the tournament. The Mustangs will be back in action against Medford right here at Menomonie High School a week from tomorrow. The girls team, as Athletic Director Matt Riley talked about at halftime, they start their tournament voyage right here at Menomonie High School tomorrow night. They will host Rhinelander in the regional semifinal. If they win that one, they will be playing on Saturday in the regional final, most likely at Rice Lake. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors for Mustangs TV, 24/7 Telecom, TMS Tire and Auto, Bill's Distributing, Red Cedar Automotive, Mike Sell Insurance, Dairy State Bank, Log Jam Bar and Eatery, Crystal Orthodontics, and Shields. And Eric, it's been a fun regular season. I appreciate you volunteering so much time to come up here and provide the color commentary. Have you enjoyed it?
Yep.
Anything else to add?
No.
All right. They don't call him the best colorman in the league for nothing, folks. That's Eric Zadowski. We appreciate his work. We also appreciate the work of our camera operators. Alex Musa did a lot of the games here for us. And Mustangs TV will be back in action tomorrow night with the...
Also, Caden Kinney did a lot of them, too.
Yeah, thank you. Caden Kinney, we appreciate his work. But Mustangs TV will be back in action tomorrow night with that girls' game right here against Rhinelander. Tip time is 7 p.m., no JV game in the WA tournament. Also, no passes allowed, so get here early and purchase your tickets and come watch the girls' basketball team tomorrow night. Also, the spring musical starts tomorrow night. Shows Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon. Also next week, Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday afternoon. Check out Freaky Friday. A lot of talented Menomonie High School kids. But for Eric Zadowski, this is Joe Zadowski signing off. Final score, Eau Claire Memorial 68, Menomonie 59. Thanks for watching Mustangs TV.